pass across the formation is picked off, and Aiden O'Connell's going to flush it.
Nobody knows where it is. Now centered. Muir with a shot. Score!
Now down low to Lon McCarthy. Little spin move.
To Leo of Bedford. She centers. Shot and score.
Aiden O'Connell puts the exclamation point on the game.
Connor down low, trying to get it. Oh! Devin Mansfield!
Go, Devin Mansfield! For Rhino
goal!
Good evening and welcome to the Bedford High School Gymnasium for tonight's Division I Girls Basketball Championship first round game between the Bedford High School Bulldogs and the Exeter Bluehawks. I'm Lauren Fox, and alongside Jason Bergeron, we will bring you all the action live here as the Bedford Bulldogs look to bring home a championship. But first, they're going to have to get through Exeter, Jay. And of course, for Bedford in the regular season, playing against a team like Exeter, and really what we saw from the Bulldogs throughout the regular season is they kind of ran roughshod through the schedule. But seeing a team again in the playoffs, you may see something a little bit different because you've sort of shown your hand to them during the regular season.
That's right. Yeah, you never know what you're going to see. That, you know, you've seen that first game, and then the second game, the coaching staff's going to make adjustments. They're going to change some things up, and that second game is always a fresh start. That's why they play these games, and I'm excited to watch this one.
Now, the only thing that tends to run afoul of that is this Bedford Bulldog team, of course, is a juggernaut, and they had one close game during the season. Pinkerton, who's the number 2 seed, was within roughly 30 of the Bulldogs. So you're not talking about a team that has been played tooth and nail by anybody. And when you look at these two rosters and you say, all right, the tallest one on the Exeter roster is 6 feet tall. They have another 2 who are 5'11", and then you compare to that the Bedford roster, which I don't know what we're feeding these kids here in town, but 6 feet, 6'4", 5'10", 5'10", 5'11", like they didn't grow them like that where I grew up.
No, that's true. I mean, this team is long for sure, and it's going to be exciting to see how Exeter tries to match up against them. But you know, this Bedford team has always been exciting to watch. The last couple of years, I went to last year's championship game watching that. I'm usually on the hockey rink side. I'm on the ice rink, so this is a little bit new for me.
You mentioned that now.
But you know, it's always exciting to see this team play, and they certainly can score some points. So
now we brought this up earlier in the day today. Of course, you talk about you being a hockey guy. You've done a decent amount of baseball. You've done some basketball, but I do want to call out the fact that we both have BMBL championship basketball experience. As much as people want to say it's a baseball guy and a hockey guy together, like we know our way around the hardwood.
We do. I mean, inside that three-point line for me is a little danger zone, but you know, player coach Andrew Hansen certainly taught me the most I can learn in basketball at this time of my life.
God, I hope Hansen's listening.
I hope he is too.
That would make him so happy.
But he was the coach, my only coach in basketball, and taught me so much about this game. And now I'm excited to kind of watch this game and kind of employ some of the tactics he taught me.
Hey, I don't know that you're going to be able to employ everything that he taught you. And looking back at this regular season, the Bedford Bulldogs with a 67-22 win over Exeter in the regular season. The closest the Bulldogs were played was a 56-50 win over Portsmouth. Now, Portsmouth beat Nashua South 62-27 in their first rounder, and they will face Salem, which beat BG 55-44. BG the 12 and Salem the 5, and in the NCAA tournament usually you see that sort of an upset, but of course you're not going to see an upset like that here. And odd too to see BG as a 12 seed.
Things change year over year in all of these schools, and things are, you know, that BG team obviously had a great season last year, and, you know, obviously some seniors have left there. I don't know the program very well, but I can tell you, I can equate it back to hockey, right? Bedford last year, all the way to the state tournament, the state finals. This year, didn't make the playoffs, and things happen in all these schools and sports, and, you know, it's a rebuilding year.
And momentum, of course, always plays a gigantic role during the season. We saw that with the hockey team where it was all of a sudden it looked like they were playing great, and then the wheels sort of fell off and they just couldn't right the ship. How many metaphors am I going to use? I don't know. We will of our nation's national anthem. Tip-off here at the Bedford High School gym. We got our starting five for both sides. For Exeter, they will go Anna McGinnis, the freshman guard, along with Carly Scherf in the backfield, the junior guard, or backcourt, and Ellie Kirkland, a 5'5" junior guard, and then their front court, Marley Masick, 5'11" senior forward, and Ari Pompeo, a 6-foot senior forward, their size. And for the Bulldogs, it's a mix of speed and size. You have Annie Zink, who seemingly has a battery that can't wear down. Annie, a 5'6" sophomore. Lila Stein, 5'7" junior. And Sarah Muir, a 5'6" sophomore. Great athlete. And then two that tend to be in the paint a bit more, although Kate Allard can stretch things out a little bit. 5'10" junior. And Lana McCarthy, of course, jumping center right now, 6'4" senior. And as Kate Allard's mom pointed out to us as we came in tonight, Kate is 50 points away from 1,000 for her career. And I guess we might as well, as Bedford wins the opening tip, say hello to the Allard grandparents watching the game down in Massachusetts and in Rhode Island as well. I'm sure Mrs. Allard's getting a text from them right now. Ball stolen by Exeter. We'll go back the other way. Closely guarded by Stein, and the shot is short. McCarthy gets the rebound as Lana. That's her first. And Bedford quickly into the front court, pass to Zink. Ball stolen there by McGinnis. And Bedford sloppy in the early going, pass down low, and a shot is blocked by Allard. Masick got a little bit too far underneath, and Allard sailed over top, used that considerable height advantage to block the shot. Exeter misses. Allard the rebound. She'll lead the fast break for the Bulldogs now. Kate with a little shimmy shake, shot off the front rim. And McCarthy fights for the rebound. Allard winds up coming up with it. Now to the corner to Kate, looks to Lana McCarthy, swings it to Sarah Muir, drives, and Sarah chucks it off the glass. The Phantom of the Opera missed the shot. She'll go to the line and shoot two.
Better possession there. The first couple possessions, it felt like Bedford was just rushing it a little bit, just trying to force things to happen. And I think if they can get into the half court here, set up, and just kind of play their game, they're gonna find better scoring opportunities.
I lied. She's not shooting two. Ellie Kirkland committing the foul for Exeter. And just a quick note too that we are on Blue Hawk Media. Great pass by Stein to McCarthy. Lana gets the bucket, and Lila gets the assist. Right back the other way comes Exeter. Masick travels after she receives the pass, and the officials saw it, so did we.
Yeah. Bedford, kind of putting some full court pressure on. I'm not sure if that's their normal game plan, but they put some full court pressure on there right away, and certainly forced them to rush that play for Exeter.
It's a high energy team, and I know you watch some soccer, so you're no doubt familiar with watching Annie Zink run around and really control the tempo of the game on the pitch, as Sean Diaz would call it. But in this case, pass down low. McCarthy and the Exeter defender got tied up on it, and the jump ball. Exeter winds up with it.
And Zink's dad too, just a hockey player. I got to make sure I mention that.
Yep, exactly.
Hockey player. I'm always going to bring it back to hockey a little bit here.
Kirkland with it. Now ball stolen by Sarah Muir, and she breaks fast in front of everybody. That's why they call it that, I guess. Sarah gets a bucket. The Bulldogs lead at 4-0. 6:10 left here in the first quarter.
Really good read there.
And
again.
Another one stolen by Sarah. Left-handed bucket is good. And very quickly, Kayleen Rogers pops out, calls timeout. 2 minutes into the game, the Bulldogs lead 6-0. Sarah Muir steals on back-to-back possessions, and looking like Rip Hamilton rips the ball and scores the bucket.
Rip Hamilton, the reference, I like it. Once Bedford kind of established that, they scoring that first bucket there, they were able to put that pressure on. You could tell that changed the game a little bit. They're able to put that pressure on and force Exeter to kind of turn the ball over. And no doubt so far, it's been all Bedford.
And Exeter has gotten some good shots. That's really been the thing in this game. It's almost like they mentally know that they lost by 45 the last time out, and they're trying to score a three even in the paint, not just taking their time and shooting the ball.
Yeah, look at this pressure by Bedford. They continue to just put it on, and once they break it, let's see if Exeter can sustain some pressure here.
Nice dribble drive, McGinnis. The ball knocked away and winds up stolen by Stein. Lila leads the break to Annie and knocked knocked away by Weed, and it'll be Bedford ball inbounding underneath.
Interesting to see the coaching matchup here. Exeter just trying to kind of settle her troops right away and seeing if she can get that little momentum they had at the beginning of this game back.
To the corner to Lila, off the front iron, no good. Now to Weed in the corner for Exeter, and gets it to McGinnis, but Bedford in a zone. McCarthy now pops out up top, but she'll head back down low, and now it looks like they're man-to-man, and she had just let her man sort of wander and maintain her spot in the paint. Weed will drive, kicks to Pompeo. 3, high arcing rainbow, no good. Didn't catch anything. McGinnis winds up with it in the paint. Jumper, no good. Pompeo gets the rebound, shot missed. McGinnis tried for the rebound, wound up getting the ball anyway.
There's 3 or 4 offensive rebounds here for Exeter, and they're winning that battle right now down low.
They are certainly maintaining possession, but not really getting a whole lot done. It has been a long possession. McGinnis loses her footing. Now left-hand dribbling, Scherf to Rogers to Weed. A 3 chucked up from the side by Weed, and it's good.
Over Lana McCarthy there too.
Over Lana. Great pass from Kate into Sarah Muir. Shot missed. Lana the rebound. Tried the putback and is fouled. Will go to the line and shoot 2.
I feel like when Lana gets the ball in that spot down low, it's very hard to guard her. I mean, she can hold that ball.
You don't say.
I mean, I'm watching this for, you know, maybe the 3rd or 4th time ever.
No, I couldn't guard her. You and I couldn't guard her.
So that makes it very difficult for anybody on this Exeter squad, or anybody in New Hampshire really, to guard her down low.
Free throw from Lana is good. Bulldogs lead 7-3, 4:19 left here in the first. Great job by Ari Pompeo as she gets subbed out. But takes a lot of work when you're matched up against somebody who's 6'4" and a D1 recruit. Like, you're gonna need a break here and there. Second one misses. Allard fights for the rebound, and nice try by McGinnis to keep the ball in bound, but
she's just stepped out.
Just stepped out as she went to throw it off Annie Zink. Good call by the official picking that up. Ball to the corner, trying to find Stein. Couldn't. And it'll be Bulldog ball inbounding from the other side underneath.
Now you look for movement on these, right? These inbound plays, you're looking for Bedford to be moving a little bit. Trying to find a pick or, yeah, there you go, popping out. Kate Allard.
Kate pops out, gets it to Lila. Taking her time, now looks back over to the far side to Kate. Near side, Lila had a notion about a 3, but passed it up. Sarah Muir loses the ball, kind of lost control of it throughout that possession, and Weed and Stein fighting over it, and Bedford will keep the ball on that possession arrow. Bulldog ball from the near side. Student section starting to fill in, not like it was for the boys the other night, but got to come watch this girls team. You can't just bandwagon and show up at the finals. Like, got to support them before they get to the finals. McCarthy misses, picks up her own trash, and converts. She's now got 5, 3 rebounds to go along with it. Bulldogs lead 9-3. Pass down low to Grace McGinnis. She converts. Lila fouls her. And she'll go to the line, Anna McGinnis, I should say, to try to convert the and 1.
Again, early on, Exeter sticking around. They haven't converted on all their shots, but they're keeping control. They're getting opportunities, and they're starting to score. So Bedford's going to have to keep playing hard here and see if they can start to pull away.
And McGinnis makes that free throw, cuts it to 9-6. If memory serves, in that game earlier this year when the Bulldogs won 67-22, they went out to about a 20-0 lead. Great pass from Stein to Kate down low, and Kate can't convert with the left hand. Ball knocked out of bounds, Bulldog ball underneath. But the Bulldogs jumped out early in that one. Exeter fought to the end, but when you fall out that early in the game, it's really tough to make that up. But they are 5 minutes in, just about hanging in with the Bulldogs. There's a jumper near side, good. Megan Muir, the senior sister, makes it 12-6 Bedford.
nice shot there. Good ball movement around the outside, and then just a perfect shot.
Megan, very athletic senior, will play lacrosse in college at Anderson University down in South Carolina. It's interesting to be at the point when we're talking about these kids, and you know, obviously our daughters have grown up with them as Weeds jumper no good, Allard the rebound, and Kate directing traffic on the fast break to Annie near side, now to the paint to Kate, loses it, spin move is fouled, can't get the shot to go, but she'll go to the line and shoot 2. But to say things like, oh yeah, she's committed to this school, it's almost like just another chapter in the book is written and now it's on to the next chapter.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. You see all these kids going to different places, playing sports, not playing sports, it doesn't really matter, but seeing them go out and succeed in the world after kind of watching them grow up here.
Bizarre.
In the community, it's really, really fun to watch. And this community really supports their athletics, right? The student section, as you said, you know, more people can come down tonight, watch this game, but they're always out in full force. They're always cheering for their players, their teammates, their friends, and that's what makes this community so special.
Kate's first free throw good. The second one is perfect, and the Bulldogs up 14-6. 2:35 left here in the first. Tattooing a dribble in, now kicking to the near side. Three-pointer is way long. Rebound taken, and Mellick had it. Gets it to Scherf. Now it's up top for a second to Larkin, and a foul there that I think that's one that Sarah Muir wishes she had back.
Annie Zink, though, is so active on that ball.
Oh, my God.
It's incredible.
Regardless of the sport.
It's incredible. She doesn't get tired.
It's utterly amazing. Never seen anything like it. And you're going to get to watch more of it during track season, too, and that's always exciting to think about. Like, it's really difficult, as the travel is called on Exeter on that dribble drive by Mellick, but it's really difficult to beat somebody that doesn't quit.
Yeah.
And that's, if I was going to describe Annie, that would be how I would do it.
Effort and energy are going to get you in a lot, get you a lot of success no matter what you're doing. So
Kate swings it around to Annie. Speaking of Annie, drops a 3 in, little rainbow. And great job by Kate knowing exactly where her teammate was when she got the ball with her back to her.
That was just a pure shot, too.
Oh, bottom of the net. 17-6 Bedford. Another travel called there on Scherf as she's guarded by McCarthy, and I really can't blame her either. It's, yeah.
The defensive pressure there is just so much. It's overwhelming, and you think you got a spot, and then you don't, and then the next thing you know, you double dribble, and the ball's turned over.
Yeah, it's like, wait a second, I see the sun. No, I don't. That's just trees. Now to Kate, gets it to Sarah in the paint, to Lana, a little jumper, feathery from the baseline, nothing doing. Great job, Annie, picking up that loose ball. To Sarah, now to Megan Muir. The 3 near side is good. She's got half a dozen, does Megan. Pristine from the near side, and now it's 20-6 Bulldogs. They're on an 11-0 run. McCarthy the rebound, trying to find Sarah Muir, does. Sarah dribbling, initiates a little bit of contact there with Kirkland, but they say that the foul, a block on Kirkland, and that is her second.
Boy, that's a tough foul to take.
Boy, is it.
I don't know. Can you set your feet there and take the charge?
No.
It felt like she was set there, but maybe not. Maybe she was shifting.
Like the Rex Chapman block or charge?
Then again, when I played in the league, I was still learning the game. It was a little challenging for me.
You like the physicality of hockey, and that's good. Sometimes people remind you of that.
Yes, sometimes that happens, and we move on. But it's certainly a physical game out there for sure. It's just a different physicality and different rules, obviously.
Yes,
guide this game.
Different personnel in the game for the Bulldogs. Mel McCarthy, younger sister of Lana, in. So is Devlin McDonald. Her 3 no good. Mel the rebound. The putback is good. She'll go to the line and shoot an and 1. And the Bulldogs now lead 22-6 as McCarthy will attempt to convert that 3-point play. Didn't see who that foul was called. They said on 32 Kirkland, that would be her 3rd, and boy, that's a unenviable situation to be in right now.
Yeah, this early in the game, having 3, that's tough. But again, you're going up against this Bedford squad that they're going to force some of these fouls just by the way they play.
Mel's free throw, no good. Bedford leads 22-6. 3-pointer far side, way long. Devlin the rebound to Annie. Annie up front to Megan Muir. Look down low for Mel McCarthy, I should say, and wound up throwing it off the foot of the Exeter defender, so it'll be Bedford ball underneath.
Yeah, Pompeo did a good job there for Exeter getting back and just making a defensive play, so it wasn't an easy layup.
Devlin's jumper in the paint, no good. Tough shot, that one straight away. And Anna McGinnis has the rebound, will slow things down. And Pompeo hits the deck just past midcourt. McGinnis, little jumper, nothing doing. And the rebound to Zink, but Annie couldn't come up with it clean, and Masick tied her up, and it will be Exeter ball on the arrow.
Glad to see Pompeo get up there. Sometimes when there's nobody around you, no contact, just go down. You're thinking ACL, you're thinking something in the knee here, but glad to see her just get up and keep going.
Indeed. Pompeo spin, nothing doing, doesn't get it to fall, knocked out of bounds. McGinnis, 6 seconds left here in the first, and Bulldogs are going to get a chance to augment this lead. Inbound to Annie, lets it hit the floor so that the clock wouldn't start. Smart move by the sophomore Zink. And now 3.3 seconds remain. Muir, McDonald, jumper straight away, just long off the back iron, and that'll do it for us here in the first quarter. But 8 minutes into the game, it's 22-6. Well, about, I don't know, 3.5 minutes ago, it was 9-6 Exeter, and the Bulldogs went on a 13-0 run to close out the first.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are struggling to kind of find the bottom of the net there early, but they were able to start hitting some of the three-point shots, and then some of the rebounds down low were going in, and getting a few fouls here and there. Exeter continues to play tough, but Bedford's really starting to score the ball well.
Bill Jennings wants me to read things. BCTV's live channels and on-demand content are now easier to access at your fingertips than ever before. Bedford Community Television is available for free download on Apple iOS and Android. Download the Bedford Community Television app from your app store today. And if you're enjoying the game, this one I do love because I do it at home if I'm not calling the game. More BHS sports action from Bedford Community TV and your Apple TV or Roku device. Download the app to watch the next game live on the big screen. Halftime score, Portsmouth 32, Salem 10. That's where that one stands.
I'll tell you what, I'm a big fan of going to YouTube, though, on watching some of these games back. The YouTube channel is really great. So if you want to watch it there, too, go there and check out some of these. You can fast forward to some of the key spots of the game and check it out.
I couldn't agree with you more. Londonderry up 38-30 over Alvern, starting the fourth. And that is where things stand right now. McCarthy loses it in the paint. I should say Mel, and then lost it again. Somebody put some soap on the ball at the end of the first, I suppose.
I think 35 is going to get another foul there, Pompeo.
Yep. It is on her. That is her second. So Exeter in a bit of foul trouble, although with resetting the fouls at the end of each quarter, that makes a big difference. Megan Tessera, the three from the near side, nothing doing. And it'll be out of bounds, Exeter ball.
She had a good look at that one. There was a nice pass, and she had some time there to set her feet, just not able to find it.
Anna McGinnis up front to Scherf. Scherf's deep three, logo three, Caitlin Clark style, no good. Rebound, Lila Stein, Lila Devlin, she'll shoot the jumper off the back iron. Just got to recalibrate just a little bit. She's not missing by much. It's just that, but if you're shooting, and you know this, if you're shooting and you're missing like that, keep shooting.
Keep shooting.
Because once it locks in, it locks in.
Yeah, and in some ways you can maybe just leaning a little bit too far forward, a little bit too far back. That's, her shots are long right now, maybe a little bit too far forward, but once you find that, it's lights out.
Right, and I hope for her sake she gets the opportunity to stay in long enough to find it. Here comes Lana back into the game. Who's she grabbing? Lana in for Devlin. So we have two Muirs and two McCarthys in the game right now.
That's very cool. These are some of the best things when you see some of the siblings playing with each other on the same team and competing at this level. These are the memories they'll never forget, regardless of wins and losses. This is the stuff that it's all about.
It is a lot of fun, and then there's another two more, Kate and Ella Allard, that are not playing right now, but certainly we may see those two. Couldn't see all three sets on the floor at the same time. That would be illegal.
That would be illegal.
And now we got Sarah Muir feeding her sister Megan, and the Bulldogs lead 24-6. Ty up. It'll be Bedford ball, I believe. No, actually, I lied. The arrow flipped on the
jump
quarter
here.
Change.
Oh, on the quarter change. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought there was a jump here too.
There may have been. I may have missed that. Exeter ball underneath. And now Scherf will wind up getting it. Shoots a three way long. Lana winds up picking up the rebound, her fourth. Great outlet pass. Kevin Love style. And Megan Muir on the fast break converts. She's got 10.
Joker style too,
and
right?
The Joker. The Bulldogs lead 26-6. It's good court vision. I love to see that. And you're up big. You might as well gamble.
Yeah, she picked that up really quick too. She saw that streaky player and was able to hit her with a pass. Very nice.
Had the rabbit and might as well take advantage of it.
Nice play there.
Anna McGinnis spin move is good. She's got 5, and that winds up breaking that Bulldog 17-0 run. And Lana's 3 from the corner, no good. Rebound there, Grace Wolf. And Lana will fight for the loose ball, comes up with it. Now Wolf kicks it up top, and the Bulldogs got to kind of find a little tempo on offense. Things were getting kind of frenetic. Ball knocked away from Stein by Scherf, and it'll be Bedford ball underneath.
You talked about Caitlin Clark too, and just kind of the way that these games have kind of changed over the years, and Steph Curry, of course, changing the three-pointer, and all of these players. It's really fun to see kind of the game kind of morph into a new game year after year after year.
And Lila Stein dumps in a big 3 for the Bulldogs, who now lead 29-8. They're up 21 after being as close of a game as 3 about 7 minutes ago on the clock.
Yeah, Bedford's really locked down now, and Exeter is really struggling to find any good quality shots. That's a good quality look, though.
Good look there, nothing doing. Rebound taken, Mel McCarthy fighting for it. Sarah Muir, or Megan, I should say, to Lana. Lana misses the shot. Who's there to pick it up? Well, guess who? Mel McCarthy gets the bucket. She's got 4, and the Bulldogs up 31-8.
Looked like a game of knockout in the driveway.
Really did. You mentioned Caitlin Clark and the awareness that she's bringing to the game-changing. Well, you look at Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu during All-Star Weekend, and the number of people that watch that shooting contest, and more things like that, and all of a sudden, and you look at what's going on with the Women's Professional Hockey League, and the number of people, 19,000 people watching a game, Montreal versus Toronto, and you look at that and you say, there is a market for this, and there are people who want to watch good quality athleticism, but 30 years ago you wouldn't have seen that with hockey.
No doubt, yeah. The athleticism out there is no doubt. It's incredible to see, and the fastest skater for the NHL All-Star, Kendall Coyne, she was out there and did the fastest skater, and was also really, really impressive against the NHL players. So the sports landscape is changing, and it's all for the better here, and these female athletes are really getting the respect that they deserve.
Kate Allard, dribble drive, nice hesitation with the body, winds up getting the bucket out of it. Bedford 33-8. A 3 from the near side, long rebound taken there, and they will call the foul on Lana on the body on Melik. And that is Lana's first. And sure enough, Exeter ball underneath, Scherf to inbound.
I still don't know all the hand signals for the refs. I still don't. That's the block. That one there I was called on many, many times. I can tell you every one about hockey, though.
Yep. That I can't do. Ball stolen there by Ella Allard, and Ella winds up traveling. So now we have a different mix of sisters, Ella and Kate in. And that's about the extent of it. Lana McCarthy, Annie Zink, and Grace Wolf. It is, when you look at this Bedford team, it is an absolute luxury, the amount of depth that Kevin Gibbs has. And there's a jump ball, it'll be Bedford ball back the other way. But
when you make a change and you pull a 6'4" player off the floor and put a 6'2" player on the floor,
wild.
That doesn't happen. You don't see that.
But you have to get everybody to buy in, and we were talking about it the other night with the boys game, when you have Luke Soden, Austin Kazajansky, and last year Aiden O'Connell, and you got one basketball to go around among the 3 of them. Oh, beautiful 3 coming from Ella. That one's good. She's got 3 now, and the Bulldogs lead 36-8 on a 27-2 run. Lana the rebound, that's her 5th. pass to Annie, kick far side, Grace Wolf's jumper, long. Rebound taken, Lexi Rogers, and back the other way come the Blue Hawks. Scherf might have gotten away with a travel there, and maybe another one there, but not going to nitpick now. And timeout taken by Kevin Gibbs as he takes a swig of water and just trying to slow things down. 3:22 left here in the first half.
Yeah, just trying to settle everybody down a little bit here. Maybe they were kind of starting to just throw the ball around, maybe not make the quality plays that they're looking to make. And again, I'm sure there's strategy going into this, and then coaches looking at kind of where on the court they want to move the ball to and how they want to get it there. The biggest thing I've learned about basketball, this game is played from the middle of the court, the top of the key out.
Yes.
And you know, the sport that I'm more accustomed to is the outside in.
Yes.
So that was my biggest adjustment, was trying to understand that and learn that. And again, the great Andrew Hansen taught me those things because I had no idea.
I don't know that I ever learned them.
Yeah, I just ran around, and he would say, no, this game here, you got to go out in, you got to start from the middle and work your way to the outside, not the other way around.
See, there you go. So tomorrow night you'll get the opportunity to do the boys playing against the Alvern Broncos. Alvern with the only first round upset. Everything else was chalk, beating Keene. That one's 7 o'clock tomorrow night. No radio. Kate Allard with the bucket for the Bulldogs. She's got half a dozen now. And girls basketball, assuming a win here, which I would say is a safe assumption early on. Exeter possibly a backcourt violation, indeed that is. They will face either Portsmouth or Salem. Actually, did we have a winner in that game? No, we did not. Portsmouth or Salem Tuesday the 5th at 7:30 p.m. You can get all the action live on BCTV Education Channel 8, HD 1072 on cable, BCTV app, or listen live on 105.1 WBNH, but there is no radio tomorrow night. I know people would have the old Philco out tuning in. Harry's still in Vegas. He might not come back. Palm sweat, blackjack on a Saturday night. Harry leaving Las Vegas. Pass underneath, Lana, no good.
It's hard to leave those places.
Nope,
though.
I love it. It's bad. McGinnis' shot, no good. McCarthy, the rebound, 6 now for Lana, unofficially. I don't know who's keeping it officially. Kate's pass on the fast break to Annie, and she did the bunny hop and the pea patch and couldn't get away from that line. The Bulldogs 38-8 on a 29-2 run. I wish I had written down the point in time. It was about the 3.5 minute mark, so I'm going to adopt that as a gospel. But since then, the Bulldogs are just running wild against Exeter. They didn't have the early game run. They did it about 5 minutes into the game is when it really started to happen.
Yeah, they didn't start the game really hot, and Exeter came out with some energy that was kind of unmatched by Bedford. But now, ever since that, Bedford has just been rolling.
Pompeo on the board. She gets a bucket off the glass for Exeter. Now Bedford back the other way on the fast break to McCarthy. She gets stuck in the paint, finds Ella Allard, ball fake. Ella then gets it up top to her big sister Kate. Kate drives and gets that one to fall. Kate with 8, and the Bulldogs lead 40-10. She'll go to the line and try to complete the 3-point play.
When I say physical, that was a physical play right there. Those two players ran into each other. Actually, no shot here.
She said no shot.
It was on the floor.
No, I got to erase things now. That's no good.
Yeah, what you guys don't see here is Lauren doing all the scorekeeping at the same time he's calling the game. This is quite impressive, to be honest. It's a lot more scorekeeping going on than in any other game I've been a part of.
Well, hockey, you have to remember things like who touched the ball last. That one went off the foot of Grace Weed, so Bedford allowed to maintain possession on it going into the backcourt. Now far side to Ella, to Mel. Looking down low to Devlin. Thought about the jumper from the baseline. She'll take it. Why not? And it's good. Devlin on the board. She's got 2.
Left her wide open. She kind of looked off the defenders there and then was wide open for a shot.
Jumper in the paint from McGinnis is good. Travel called there. And with 1:08 left here in the first half, it's 40-12 Bedford.
That last play there by McGinnis scoring that bucket, Kirkland made a great pass though, just a drive and then a dish right into the paint. Really nice play.
Kirkland doing some good work for the Blue Hawks, playing with 3 fouls. That's tough work too. but she picked up her third late in the first quarter and hasn't picked up another one since. And yes, another jump ball. Exeter will maintain possession inbound underneath their backboard.
A few more Bulldog fans here in attendance, but see if they can. We got to get them rowdy. See them getting rowdy.
It would be nice. They look like they're just dressed for a Friday night.
Right.
Is that? Today is Friday. Okay.
Today is Friday.
Just checking. Kirkland drives high. I thought it was off the glass, but it wasn't. Big floater winds up going regardless. And now it's 40-14 Bedford. And don't look now, Exeter on a 6-2 run after the Bulldogs ended their 29-8 run, or 29-2 run, I should say. Pass underneath. Mel McCarthy winds up losing it. Couldn't recover in time, and it will be Exeter ball underneath. Just under half a minute left in the first half.
Exeter's played the bookends of this half really well. The first 3 minutes of the half, and then
funny how
the
that
last
works,
2
right?
minutes.
It's
But
just that middle 10 that really has been the suspect part. Ball kick near side. Ducharme called for a travel. And the Bedford Bulldogs will have a chance to put an exclamation point on a very good first half of basketball.
She had a good look there too. I think she second guessed herself. She had an open look and then kind of tried to dribble it away and ends up traveling. But
Annie to Mel to Devlin on the baseline to Kate in the paint. Now
that's
Kate
nice.
with 8. And the Bulldogs lead 42-14. And diving across the floor in front of us, Riley Marchand can't come up with the ball. 2 seconds left. The Bulldogs have a chance to add to this 42-14 lead. Ella to inbound. Finds Mel McCarthy over to the far side to Devlin. Her jumper before the buzzer rattles around, no good. And after the first 16 minutes of basketball, it is 42-14.
I thought they squandered the opportunity to get a good look at that, but Devlin really made a nice. It was a nice play to get the ball to her, and she had time to get that shot off. And
it seemed like a little bit of a long 2.7 seconds.
Yeah.
Now, I'm glad I'm not the guy whose job that is, but regardless, Owen Smith doing a great job there for the Bulldogs, who wind up after the first half leading 42-14 for Bedford. And I did mess up. Kate Allard only has 6. I was so excited twice. I've mistakenly gotten her to that point. And but for Bedford, they wound up 9-6 was their lead with about 3.5 left in the first. Led 22-6 after 1 and 38-8. About, I don't know, I'm going to say, let's say 9 minutes of clock time, the Bulldogs went on a 29-2 run. And really, that's the difference in the game right now. They lead by 28. That 27-point swing right there made a big difference. Exeter closed, or almost closed, the first half with a 6-2 run. Recapping the scoring for you, Megan Muir, who, if we were tracking plus minus, my guess is that Megan would have the highest plus minus of anybody on the court. She contributed 10 for Bedford. Kate Allard with 6, and Lana McCarthy 5, 4 for Sarah Muir, and Mel McCarthy 3 for Ella Allard, Annie Zink, and Lila Stein, and 2 for Devlin McDonald. On the other side, for the Exeter Bluehawks, it is Anna McGinnis leading the way with 7, Grace Weed with 3, Eleanor Kirkland, Ellie Kirkland, I should say, and Ari Pompeo with 2 apiece. So, Jay, any thoughts? You haven't seen too much of this girls team, but any thoughts on the first 16 minutes of hoops?
Yeah, it's impressive just to see the distribution of the ball for Bedford. They're able to kind of go all over the court. It's really hard to guard, right? A lot of these teams you see, they have 1 or 2 scorers. Everybody else is out there playing an important role defensively or offensively. But Bedford just kind of spreads the ball around. The scoring spreads around, and they're able to kind of win, down low on the defensive side, on the rebounds, and on the offensive side, they can shoot.
Well, you look at it and you think, all right, we're going to get a break when Lana McCarthy graduates. Well, guess what? She has a sister who's a freshman. And then, oh yeah, we might get a break when Kate Allard graduates. Well, she has a sister who's a freshman too. So
well, the break is 2 inches. That's the break.
And she's still growing.
She's still growing.
Right. Don't wait around too long. You pick your poison. So with that, end of the first half, Bedford 42, Exeter 14. Be back to you for second half basketball live here on BCTV. Welcome back to the Bedford High Gym. Lauren Fox alongside Jason Bergeron, Bill Jennings sitting next to me manning the soundboard, Andrew Fenn on the camera, Dale Bird, the guy with all the replays back in the studio. We do have some scores for you as well. Updates, Pinkerton 84, they're the 2 seed beating Dover 84 to 65. Words are hard. Pinkerton will advance and they will face Londonderry that beat Alvern 51 to 36. Pinkerton the 2, Londonderry the 3. That'll be Tuesday at 5:30, and Bedford here leading 42 to 14. And it looks like they will face Portsmouth Clippers, who are leading the Salem Blue Devils 45-19 after 3. So not a whole lot in the way of close games here in the early going. And I guess that's kind of been the MO for the regular season, is just a lot of blowouts.
Yeah.
So we are about ready to start things off. Here in quarter number 3, the Bulldogs up by 28, 42-14. Ball into the paint. Sarah Muir kicks to Kate Allard, and the jump. Kate is good. Now I can say it. Kate with 8.
Finally, that's the third time you've said it.
Finally, third time's the charm. The Bulldogs lead 44-14, and a travel call there on Anna McGinnis.
Now you wonder what the message is from the Exeter coach in the locker room there in between during the halftime. What is the message for her?
It's hard.
Yeah.
And what we saw when Bedford beat Exeter pretty handily in the regular season, pass down low to McCarthy, shot no good, might have gotten fouled, gets her own rebound, and the shot is blocked. Lana now with 7 boards. But we saw from them intensity until the final buzzer, so I would anticipate the same. Like, you know you're outmanned, but in a lot of cases you have senior players out there. You want to end your career on a positive, as much of a high note as you can, even if you go down losing.
Yeah, you know, against a team like this, you're coming up against a tough battle, but you do want to end your career, if you are a senior here, playing the best you possibly can. So I agree. I think you're going to see them just continue to battle and give everything they have and leave it right here on the court. Ball
stolen by Muir, tried to get it to Annie Zink, and it was just out of her reach, out of bounds. It'll be Exeter ball.
It looks like Jessica Mellick earlier had a block on Lana McCarthy, and I think I saw her crack a little smile. So just interesting kind of game inside the game, right? Everybody knows who they're playing against.
Yeah, it's the little things. I want to beat this guy, this play. Yep. Papio with a bucket. She has 4. Bulldogs see their lead cut to 44-16. Now to Lana. Lana to Sarah Muir. Shot missed. Lana fighting for the rebound. Can't come up with it. Rebound, Mellick. Well, there's also the fun element of you might be watching an NCAA game next year and you say to one of your buddies, I got a block on her. Right. And they're like, oh, what are you talking about?
That's right.
That's not even possible.
And it's in all sports, right? If you're playing baseball, you got to hit off of that, play off that pitcher that is now playing at Bandy. You know,
Lila with a fast break pass to Kate, who's got 10, and the Bulldogs lead 46-16.
That's the great thing about competition. You can share the court with anybody.
Yep. On any given day. Mellick with it, had it go through her legs, takes the jumper, and wow. Man, that thing wanted to pop out of the hoop, it just didn't.
That looks like most of my putts on the golf course, but they'd never stay in like that.
I was thinking about Happy Gilmore. Are you too good for your home?
That went around 6 times, pretty sure.
It really, yeah. Finally it dropped. 46-19, and jumper taken, shot missed by Stein. Kate, the rebound, is fouled. Will go to the line and shoot 2.
So now, what, 42 away? That's what we're saying? 42 away.
Kate has 10, so she is 40 away.
Oh, I thought she had 8. I missed the other 2.
Yeah.
Stuck on 8.
Yep.
So 40 away. I mean, the countdown clock's got to be on.
Getting there. Knocks down the free throw to start things off. I didn't know that she was that close, but
somebody fed you some stats.
I was fed stats by Kate Allard's PR department.
I like it.
And she was embarrassed about it, and I said my wife would be doing the same thing right now, so there's no shame in that. Ball kicked near side, jumper taken. Mellick with a 3 for Exeter. She checks in, half a dozen here in the third. 5:18 left in the third. The Bulldogs lead by 26 now, 48-22. And Sarah Muir thought about the 3, then thought better of it, and for her troubles, got assaulted by Anna McGinnis, and they'll inbound underneath.
I'm surprised she just didn't throw that ball up. I mean, you knew you were going to draw contact there. Just throw that ball up, maybe.
Yeah, she's getting clobbered.
She did get hit pretty hard. Again, physical game.
Not afraid to mix it up. Lila thought about a three, thought better of it, drives, tried to find Lana down low. Lana winds up, I think, tackling Jessica Mellick.
Yeah, that looked
she
like
was around her both sides, yes.
That looked like a tackle for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're playing flag football and you might go for the flag and you might just wind up getting the body. That was sort of what happened there.
No call, though. That was just a jump ball.
Part of the game.
Yeah.
I like it. We're letting them play. Mellick dribbling out on the perimeter. And now down low to McGinnis, guarded by Stein, stolen by McCarthy. Deep pass to Kate Allard, and Kate on the fast break gets a bucket. Quickly, she's got 14. She might get that 50 tonight. Not really.
You almost wonder, though, trying to go inside on Bedford. Like that play almost looked dead before it started, right? That ball got inside and it was like it was over already.
McGinnis had this faint glimmer of hope where she got there and she was guarded by somebody who was close to her size, and then Lana McCarthy collapsed on it and
just ripped the ball out of her hand.
There was no more fun of any kind. Now pass from Lana to Kate is good. Kate with 10 here in the third. I'm not kidding. She might get 50 at this rate. 16 for Allard. We're at the halfway point of the third. The Bedford Bulldogs again lead 52-22. Exeter came out on a little bit of a run to start things off. Pompio's three, no good. Lila the rebound. She's in trouble there. Tries to get it to Annie, can't. Ball stolen. Mellick to McGinnis. And the bucket from McGinnis, good. 52-24.
You know, they make these layups look very easy. It's not easy. Laying a ball is not easy.
No. That's why you and I stay outside and just shoot threes. You're trying to find McCarthy, and I should say Sarah trying to find Lana a little bit over her hand. Hey, this is something you know.
What's that?
It's a line change.
Oh, a full line change.
The players, yes.
Yeah, we do that on the fly, though, in hockey.
I know.
That's happening on the fly.
It's not legal in this sport. I just figured you might appreciate the context. What?
Bring it to hockey. I get it. I understand it.
They substituted all 5 players simultaneously. It's a line change. 52-24. Bedford led 42-14 at the half. Exeter was on a bit of a run. Shot missed. York couldn't chase that rebound down. Now Weed with it. And Exeter will take a little bit of time as they're trying to find some kind of a seam somewhere. Can't. Annie Zink jumps the route, and a fast break for the Bulldogs. Stein trying to find Kate behind the back, but just out of her reach, and it will be Luwak ball.
Just checking right now. I believe all but one. I think. I was thinking they just put all the seniors out on the floor, but it's number 1.
Weed is younger. Weed misses the layup. McCarthy with the block. And I think what they...
Might be a normal rotation, but I was just trying to pick up on that.
They said the foul called there on Lila Stein. And that is Lila's third. And the line and shooting 2.
So another line change.
It is another line change.
Bedford making a change now.
All 5 changing for the Bulldogs, who lead 52-25. And Masic's second one, no good. Mel McCarthy, the rebound. Now to Sarah Muir, or Megan Muir, I should say. I knew Sarah wasn't in the game. She just got subbed out, but regardless, my brain playing tricks on me. Ella to Devlin. Now Bedford will slow things down a little bit. Grace Wolf draws it back out. Far side to Grace, thought about the 3, then thought better of it. To Devlin, jumper with her foot on the line. Gets the bucket, and she's now got 4. The Bulldogs lead 54-25.
Devlin's got a quick release. She gets that ball, she stays high in her hand, and she's got a very quick release. So
not afraid to shoot either. Good help defense by Devlin there. Rebound, Mel. Now Bedford back the other way. Grace Wolf with it. To Megan Muir. This lineup a mix of seniors, sophomore, one sophomore and 2 freshmen, so maturity and youth all together.
Maybe trying to force that inside a little bit too much. The wings are open.
Jumper from Larkin, no good. Now Grace Wolf dribbling, guarded closely there by Larkin, spins around, gets it to Ella. Ella back to Grace, over to the far side to Megan Muir. To Devlin, who draws the ball back out.
Oh, good look.
Good look by Devlin to Mel. Mel misses the shot, but she got fouled and will go to the line and shoot 2.
Again, the ball movement here for Bedford, just really strong. They're making good passes. They're looking for players, and I'm sure this is all set plays. So.
And Ellie Kirkland whistled for the foul on that one. That is her 4th. We'll see if Exeter makes a change to sub out that junior guard who is in foul trouble. Mel McCarthy's first free throw is good. And no, she will stay in the game. Coming out, though, is Kate Ducharme, replaced by Riley Marchand. And Mel's second one also good. She's got half a dozen. Leading the McCarthys in scoring. She's got 6. Big sister Lana's got 5.
How often does that happen?
Surprisingly, it happens from time to time. The jumper from Weed, no good. Basics picks up the rebound, gets the bucket. She's got 3.
Good follow there.
You tend to see it in games that aren't quite as close because they'll take Lana out of the game. Mel will see a little bit more court time. And that was the point that I was about to make regarding Kate Allard. Was nice pass from Mel to Devlin. Couldn't make the shot falling away, and Mel trying to corral the rebound. Can't be Exeter ball, but Lana McCarthy on a team that was playing in closer games would have far more points than she does, and Kate would have eclipsed 1,000 a while back.
Right.
Far side to the corner. Marchand misses the 3, but was fouled and will go to the line and shoot 3 now.
I learned early on in my basketball career that's not a good idea to foul somebody when they're taking the 3.
No, generally never. And that foul called on Megan Muir. That's her first. First one missed there by Marchand. She's got 2 more tries at it.
Good crowd here, though, at the game today. Like,
yeah.
the fans, the parents, and family members watching.
It has been unique, though. We have Exeter people sitting on the Bedford side because they got here before the Bedford side did, and so you have this weird mixing of everybody. It is easy to listen to Bedford 105.1 online. Go to WBNH.bedfordnh.org. Marchand makes the 3rd one, missed the first 2. For the stream link, we also stream on apps like TuneIn, MyTuner, Simple Radio, and Radio Garden. Just tell Alexa to play on Bedford 105.1. Yours 3, no good. McCarthy, the rebound, puts it back, has 8. And the Bulldogs lead 58-28. Good defense by Devlin there on Larkin. Larkin on the curl, misses the shot. Rebound to Mel McCarthy. About 5 seconds left here in quarter number 3. Grace Wolf jumper off the glass. Somehow, we had the perfect angle on it, saw her line it up and say, man, that's going to be wide right. And she let go and like, well, if that hits the glass, it might have a shot. And Dale Bird, the man on the rebound, or the man on the replay, I should say, she almost played that one just right. Just perfect. Yeah, it was just a little strong, but otherwise that thing was destined to go in. Here it comes again. She hesitated just a second, still almost got the thing to fall. For Bedford leading the way, Kate Allard with 16, Mel McCarthy with 8. I should say Megan Muir with 10, Mel McCarthy with 8. Lana McCarthy 5, and 4 apiece for Sarah Muir, Devlin McDonald, then 3 for Ella Allard, Annie Zink, and Lila Stein. On the other side, for the Exeter Blue Hawks, they're trailing by 30 at this point, 58-28. But for Exeter, they have Anna McGinnis with 9, Jessica Malik with 6, Ari Pompeo with 4, Marley Masek 3, Ellie Kirkland with 2, I should say Grace Reed with 3, and Riley Marchand with 1 as well, rounding out their scoring. And for those who haven't haven't watched as much girls basketball this year or NHIAA basketball, when you go up 35 at any point, it becomes running clock for the rest of the game. So for the Bulldogs, on one hand, you want it, and on the other hand, it'd be nice to get some other humans off the bench as well. Get some more playing time for everybody.
And just work on things, right? In some ways, you just want this time on the floor in a competitive environment to just work on a few things, and I'm sure the coach will want that. But so it's 35, not 30.
35. Lila Stein's 3, no good. And a travel called there on Carly Scherf. Becoming a high school sports official is an easy call. Officiating allows you to continue to be a role model by demonstrating qualities such as impartiality, fairness, and courage. High school sports help officials protect the integrity of the games we love by teaching and enforcing the rules of play. New officials have an opportunity to make a difference in their communities right away. Lana misses a shot, fights for the rebound, can't come up with it, called for the foul, and it will be Exeter ball. To learn more about becoming a high school sports official, visit NHIAA.org.
That was a great dish down low there. She had a good look at that and just wasn't able to, just short-sided it a little bit. Again, easier said than done to get one of score that ball.
Yep, exactly. Pompeo with it, the senior down low to McGinnis. McGinnis looks and trying to make the reverse as Scherf can't get it to fall. And Bedford will slow things down a little bit as they, I guess maybe not, hustle it into the front court. Kate, 3, far side, no good. Lana the rebound with the putback left hand, that's good. And she gets it to fall. McCarthy, Lana, the elder, now with 7 and 8 rebounds to go along with it. And the ball knocked away out of bounds. It'll be Bulldog or Blue Hawk ball. Exeter trails by 32. Scherf looking for a friendly face, found Anna McGinnis. Saw in today's Union Leader there's a bill in the Senate to try to make it illegal to be a problem parent at a game, so that if you were to do so, an official could send you away, and then potentially you might get banned for life for doing it. I don't remember the particulars of the legislation, but some longtime officials saying that it has become very burdensome, and they referenced that hockey fight. I think it was a Kingswood hockey fight within the last couple of years as the impetus for the bill.
Yeah, there's been a few situations in all sports, right? All sports have those situations where parents get overheated and coaches get overheated. And there was maybe even some games tonight that we're hearing about. And I think it's just all about making sure everybody keeps their composure and keeps things in perspective. But if you do get out of line, there should be something to be said for that. Nice block there.
Kate Allard, a big block, picking up the garbage. Annie Zink, and then on the fast break finds Lila Stein, who's got 5, and the Bulldogs now lead 62-28. And Megan Muir about to head back into the game. You're right, there should be repercussions, and Bill Jennings is making faces at me because, yes, I did get kicked out of a couple baseball games a few years ago. However,
I wasn't saying that.
People can change, Bill. I am a changed man. I have found the way of Zen. Looking for where you can find upcoming Bedford Bulldogs games, BCTV is a proud member of the New Hampshire Coalition for Community Media, which offers a New Hampshire high school sports broadcast schedule listing games from all across the state. Our peers in other communities may be covering your away games live on their channels and live streams. Find Bedford Bulldogs game coverage and more at nhccm.tv/calendar/sports. That is the longest URL in the history of radio reads, officially. Yes, at supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.com.
There was no parameters on it, no UTM parameters, so I think we're good.
No, yes. Campaign and source have not been indicated. Nobody can attribute the lead. We don't want to know where that basket was sold from.
I will say this, going back to kind of the, just the things that happen at games, the emotion of games. I watch a basketball game like this, and these refs, like it's got to be a tough environment, right? When something gets heated, these fans, these players, these coaches, they're right there. And in a hockey game, again, going back to hockey, like there's glass, there is refs, there's coaches, but the rest, there's distance. There's no distance here. We're very close to the action. If it gets heated, it gets heated.
Exeter turnover. I think Zink gets credit for the steal there, and Bedford Bulldogs back the other other way to Muir to McCarthy on the fast break, and Lana now leads the McCarthy family in scoring and will be the queen of the dinner table. Jumper taken and made there. Not sure who made that one for Exeter. And the Bulldogs maybe slowing things down a little bit. Lana had a notion about the jumper and didn't take it. Then Euro steps into the paint. Allard is fouled, will go to the line and shoot 2. Did you see who had that last bucket for Exeter?
I feel like it was Melick.
All right, we're giving it to Melick. We're saying she's got 8. I, as a parent and spectator in the stands and sitting among parents rooting for various teams, there are situations where it can get downright brutal, where you almost forget, and I think in some cases the parents forget that these are kids playing these sports.
That's right.
And you want to win, and it's important to win, but not at the expense of demeaning players on the other teams. And so there are a lot of times you just see people cross lines that you shouldn't cross. Like, that's somebody's kid that you know, you might be saying something negative about, and it's not appropriate.
No doubt about it, and that's where it gets really tricky on the sidelines. And you know, as a coach, a parent, it doesn't matter. We've all been there, and it's just a matter of, again, keeping perspective and realizing what will happen at the end of this game if Bedford maintains this lead. The Exeter players are going to be playing their last time together, and you're going to see the emotion come out.
You absolutely will. So Lana McCarthy with a great play on the other end for the Bulldogs to get a bucket, and now gets another bucket. Lana with 8 here in the 4th has 13, and we are in running clock territory now.
I'm going to ask you a question.
The Bulldogs up 40.
If it comes back to 34,
once it goes above it,
okay,
it's the horses left the barn.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes, it is not a running clock now because there's a timeout, but
that'd be interesting if you did that.
Yeah, calling a timeout, but the clock continues to run.
Go.
A reminder that Jason Bergeron is actually going to sleep here in the gym tonight. He is going to be ready for tomorrow night's game between the Bulldogs and the Alvern Broncos, Saturday the 2nd at 7 p.m., not on radio, TV only. And then, barring the biggest comeback in the history of sports ever, Bedford will play either Portsmouth or Salem. I think Portsmouth was winning that one handily. I don't know what the final is, but regardless, we'll assume it's Portsmouth. And Tuesday the 5th, 7:30 p.m. You can watch all the action on BCTV Education Channel 8, HD 1072 on cable, the BCTV app, or listen on 105.1 WBNH, just not tomorrow night.
Fully immersing myself here in the basketball culture.
You are, exactly. The fire hose is on. You want to be confused, go talk to the coaches about it, and you'll be lost, because, you know, I know the orange thing goes through the other orange thing, and that's worth points. And, you know, sometimes you pick up nuance. Steal by Stein on the fast break to Zink, and the Rabbits get another one. She's got 5.
The Rabbit, that's the official nickname?
No, the Rabbits.
The Rabbits.
The amount of speed that those have, they are. Ball out of bounds. The clock continuing to run with the Bulldogs up 42. And Mel McCarthy in, Lana McCarthy out. She has 13 now. Mel has 8. So, yep.
So a chance to take over the dinner table.
Dinner will be on Mel tonight. Let's just say that. And great take by Lila. Can't get it to fall. And they say that she never reestablished. It'll be out of bounds. And we're doing like sister substitutions now. Mel went in for Lana. Now Sarah comes in for Megan, the Muirs. And we have a floor that is devoid of Allards, at least for the time being. Lila Stein with a tie up there and winds up tying up Ducharme. And now Mel Gibson into the game, replacing Devlin McDonald. Devlin winds up with 4 for the Bulldogs. The final in the Portsmouth-Salem game, it is the Clippers 58 and the Blue Devils 24. So Portsmouth advances. My bracket would be pretty much intact at this point in time. I would not have picked any upsets, and that's where we are. You'll have the 1 and the 4, the Bulldogs and the Clippers facing off Tuesday night, and the 2 and the 3, Pinkerton and Londonderry, also Tuesday night. And that'll be where we are. And then either Saturday or Sunday we'll have championship games. We just don't know when yet.
And how did Bedford do against Portsmouth the times they played this year during the season?
It's a lovely question. And yes, that was actually a very close game in that instance. 56-50 at Portsmouth. And funny things can happen when you take that long bus trip all the way to Portsmouth. Let's just say that. I've seen it on the pitch, and I've seen it on the basketball court too.
And the baseball field.
And yes, oh boy.
Yes.
Championship or that quarterfinal game a couple years ago.
That's right.
Some changes for the Bulldogs. Bella Landis, Karina Kamineni in for Bedford. And we talked about Mel Gibson being in, Sarah Muir and Mel McCarthy also in. Mel getting the bucket, still playing chase with her big sister. She's got 10 now, Lana's got 13. Lana's done for the night, figure. Out of bounds, and actually a foul called there. And coming into the game, Grace Wolf. She will replace Sarah Muir.
And all seniors on the floor here now for Exeter as well.
Class move by Coach Kayleen Rogers, getting everybody in for one final time together. And great pickup by Jason Berger, on my broadcast partner, for calling that to our attention. Left-handed take there by Basic. She's got 5. And Bulldogs lead by 42, 74-32. Wolf, far side, Kamineni. Karina thinking about it. To the tall freshman Bella Landis, stolen from her. Mary Claire Larkin on the fast break. Good job, Landis on D. Great block by her. The ball might have been kicked a couple times. And they will say jump ball there. Might have been a travel, might have not, but regardless. Doesn't really matter. About 25 seconds left, and Kayleen Rogers takes a timeout.
Interesting, you see some of these players getting an opportunity to play too, and then making a big play there was Bella Landis. That was a nice block.
Yes.
And that's, again, growth and future growth here for this program.
Tuesday, 7:30, where? Here. I thought we were playing at a neutral site. We are playing here Tuesday night at 7:30. It's good.
Not here.
Not here. Okay. Bill Jennings is feeding me complete untruths and falsehoods. Alternative facts from Bill Jennings to my right. Bedford is playing somewhere at 7:30 on Tuesday night. We don't know where it is. It might be the Boston Garden. But yeah, regardless.
Andrew Fenn saying Exeter.
And
He's
Andrew
telling
Fenn
us.
saying Exeter. If you can't make it to wherever the game is Tuesday night, you can watch BCTV's games televised on Apple, iOS, and Android, or on your Apple TV or Roku device. Either way, you will be able to watch the game wherever you may be. Great job, Karina, jumping that route right there, knocking the ball away. Clock continuing to run. Bedford holding Portsmouth to just 4 here in quarter number 4. At least in the early going, that's the way it is, or I guess late in the 4th. And the ball stolen there by Gibson, and that will do it. And your final from Bedford High School, 74-32. Bedford running away with this one, and really the difference in the game, there were a number of things, but Bedford had that 29-2 run from late in the first to late in the second. And once that happened, Jay, there really wasn't a whole lot of coming back for the Exeter Bluehawks.
There really wasn't. Exeter continued to grind and try to get some good shots, but Bedford was just too strong. Too many shot-making opportunities for them, and too many scores on that team. So
you really got to pick your poison. And tonight's poison, Kate Allard, she had 18, Lana McCarthy 13, Megan Muir 10, Mel McCarthy also with 10, 5 for Annie Zink and Lila Stein, 4 for Sarah Muir and Devlin McDonald, and 3 for Ella Allard. So the Bulldogs getting scoring from 9 of the players on their roster. And for the Exeter Bluehawks, leading the way, Anna McGinnis, the sophomore guard with 9, Jessica Melick, sophomore forward with 8. And then also along the way, Marley Basic with 5, Ari Pompeo 4, 3 for Grace Weed, 2 for Ellie Kirkland, and 1 for Riley Marchand. So Your final here, Bedford 74 and Exeter 32. I gotta say, for my broadcast partner, Jason Bergeron, great work. You would have thought you were doing basketball forever, but...
Yeah, no, this is the first game, first one.
So you're not supposed to say that, but it did not show.
Game 2 tomorrow night.
Game 2 tomorrow night. Jason Bergeron, Corey Munster Tiger right here for the 7 o'clock tip. I may show up if we finish up Track New England's down in Boston early enough, but I'm not going to come on the air. I'll just come hang out. And again, our thanks to Dale Bird for running replays over in the studio. Bill Jennings running the soundboard to my right. Andrew Fenn on camera. Jason Bergeron doing a bang-up job game 1. I'm Lauren Fox. Again, your final, Bedford 74 and Exeter 32. You've been watching Bedford High School basketball on BC TV.